Stephanie Manu, Kate Marshall. The Angels are flying high with emotion. Can BC capture this historic championship? Annie Erler, Heather Furr, and LFL Canada's Cinderella team, the Saskatoon Sirens, are a team of destiny. Will the Sirens hoist the trophy? Find out now. You are looking live at chilly downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, site of LFL Canada's championship game, the Lingerie Bowl. Hello, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us. Alongside Bobby Yuko, I'm Van Allwright, and we are indeed part of a historic night, Bobby, on this first ever championship game for LFL Canada, and a great matchup we have because Saskatoon and BC in their final regular season matchup went right down to the final drive of the game before Saskatoon finally prevailed by a margin of 4 points.
Absolutely, Van Earl. These two teams know each other inside and out. Saskatoon head coach Chris Lambris has one thing he wants to do tonight, and that is take out LFL Offensive Player of the Year, Stephanie Manu. She can kill you. She can run by you, run through you, catch the ball. They want to take her out of the game and put the ball in quarterback Marianne Hansen's hands. She's been up and down this year, some good games, but some bad ones too. They want to make her win or lose this game, not Manu.
And Hansen and the Angels struggled in their last regular season contest, losing to a Toronto team that had lost 7 in a row before that contest. For more on BC's challenges, we take you down to the field and the third member of our broadcast team, Mitchell Mortaza.
Welcome down to the field, guys. We're finally here, the Lingerie Bowl, field side with the Saskatoon Sirens. Now, I know Bobby is more of the Hollywood type, so he'd probably appreciate this. A few years ago, Hollywood had Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck as a couple, known as Benifer. Well, in LFL Canada, we have our own version of that. It's called Furler. And of course, I'm referring to Annie Erler, the elite quarterback of LFL Canada who is yet to throw an interception, and her favorite target, Heather Furr, who is simply a playmaker. Saskatoon offense realizes if they're gonna have a chance in this game, those two have got to do a better job at connecting like they did in the first matchup versus BC, where they combined for 2 scores. So, you know, it's a clear-cut strategy on Saskatoon, and Chris Lambert's side is we've got to get Furler back into the mix. Back to you guys.
Mitch, thank you. Here we go. LFL Canada's historic first ever championship game. Kickoff is next. Before we kick it off, we check in with Mitch Mortaza, who's with 2 key players.
Thank you, guys. We're down on the field for this historic game. I don't even know if you can hear me, but it's a little crazy back here. Down on the field, I've got, obviously, the playmaker of LFL Canada and Heather Furr. Heather, you haven't won a championship yet. This is your opportunity to do it north of the border. What's going through your mind right now before kickoff?
You know what? A ton of emotions, but just go out there, hit hard, do everything right, and win. Take home this championship.
All right, best of luck today, okay? And over here, we've got only the Defensive Player of the Year of LFL Canada, Miss Kate Marshall. Kate, you've got a few fans behind us here. Tell us about what are the emotions going on in the locker room?
Emotions are running high right now. We have one goal, and that's to come out and win. We have so much to prove going into this game. We lost the Sirens already. We got to come out hard. From this second right now, I'm going to stay high. I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to put this.
All right, best of luck, Kate. All right. Well, you guys heard it. That's the emotion down on the field. Back to you guys for kickoff.
Mitch, thanks a lot. Bobby, there you go. There's intensity from the Defensive Player of the Year, Kate Marshall.
Kate Marshall, she's a superstar in the league, Defensive Player of the Year. Heather Furr, rock star Heather Furr on the other side. This is going to be a barn burner tonight, Van Earl.
That's Tamar Fennell, also expected to be a key player in this championship game. BC in the dark uniforms, Christine Moore kicking it off. The first ever lingerie bowl for LFL Canada. Kickoff picked up by Heather Furr at the 1-yard line. Looking for some running room, carrying it out to the 8-yard line where the Saskatoon offense will have their first offensive possession of the game. With that, we meet the starters for the Saskatoon offense.
Candace Friesen, center. Autumn Chichindu, tight end.
Amanda Stallwood, tight end.
Tamar Fennell, wide receiver.
Heather Furr, wide receiver.
Casey Simpson, running back.
Ann Erler, quarterback.
Annie Erler, first down from the 9-yard line. Handoff to Tamar Fennell. Lots of running room. Oh, and runs into the camera operator and feels the weight of that camera on her back.
Wow, what a first play. Tamar Fennell on the reverse. This girl right here is going to have a lot of impact tonight. She got a big impact right there on the cameraman.
A pickup of 12 yards, good enough for a first down on their first play of the game for the Saskatoon Sirens. Just underway here in the first Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada. Quarterback Annie Erler. Fantastic numbers, especially the 0 in the interception category. No turnovers for the Saskatoon quarterback. The inside handoff to Agam Shishindu, taken out of bounds by Kate Marshall, the Defensive Player of the Year, after picking up 2 yards. Here are the starters for the BC defense.
Annette Jackson, defensive line. Christine Moore, defensive end.
Heidi Nordby, linebacker.
Kate Marshall, middle linebacker. Elisa Garcia, corner.
Ashley Petrie, corner. Jessica Hopkins, free safety.
2nd and 8 from the 23-yard line for Annie Erler and the Sirens. Well, the fake to Fennell this time. Annie Erler going to the air. Caught by Casey Simpson. Good offensive rhythm so far for the Sirens, Bobby.
Wow, I love this scheme that Coach Chris Lambers has in tonight. We haven't seen it all year. You fake the reverse to Fennell, you hit Casey Simpson out of the backfield wide open. He's got these plays in tonight specifically for BC, and so far they're unstoppable.
Moving down the field already, 11 yards from the end zone. Another first down for the Siren offense. 2 minutes have gone in this first quarter of the Lingerie Bowl. The handoff. Heather Furr running into a brick wall of BC defenders. In fact, losing 1 yard on the play.
Christine Moore, the trench warrior, waiting for Heather Furr. They've been studying film all week. In fact, all last 2 weeks, and they know this play by Heather Furr. They're waiting for nothing there, Van Earl.
Expect to hear the name of Heather Furr and Annie Erler a lot. They are the dynamic duo that is Furler, Bobby Hugo.
The last time these two teams matched up, they connected. Furler for 2 touchdowns. Those stats right there, Heather Furr, 2 receptions for 2 touchdowns, Van Earl.
Now a 2nd and 11 for the Sirens from the 12-yard line. Annie Erler, the inside handoff to Casey Simpson. But again, the BC defenders up to the challenge for the second straight play. No gain on that run by Simpson.
Already tonight, the Lingerie Football League Defensive Player of the Year, Kate Marshall, is having a monster game. We just started, and she's all over the field.
It'll be a 3rd and 11 for the Sirens. 11 yards from the end zone. Annie Erler continues to operate from underneath center. The handoff to Tamar Fennell on the misdirection, heading for the end zone. Taken down. Did she get the football across the plane before losing it?
I think it's in. It should be a touchdown. Looked like she crossed the plane.
Also, the Sirens are claiming, even if they didn't get a score, that she was down. And, of course, the ground cannot cause the fumble. How about the replay?
A great call, a double reverse. Chichindu handed the ball off to Fennell coming around. It looked like she might have crossed the plane before her butt hit the ground. Coach Lambers right now, I'd be upset. I thought it was a touchdown, Van Earl.
And the ruling on the field right now is a fumble recovered by BC in the end zone for a touchback. And Saskatoon, Chris Lambert's head coach, is challenging the call.
She's down right there, but did she cross the plane? And then the ball got fumbled. They ruled it a fumble. She should have been down right there.
Saskatoon is challenging the ruling on the field that of a fumble at the 1 yard line. We'll review the play.
Gavin Overland is our head referee for this first ever Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada as we continue to look at this replay. Let's check in with Mitch Mortaza, who's still down on the field.
Guys, 4:32, as you saw, the challenge flag went out. I am trying to listen in here. Saskatoon head coach Chris Lambert is adamant that she crossed the plane before the fumble. Let's see what the referee says.
After review, the ruling on the field stands of a fumble at the 1 yard line. The result of the play is a touchback. It'll be first down BC at the 15 yard line.
That is a huge call and a huge play here in the first 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes of this first quarter.
Wow is right, Vanderbilt. That ball at worst should have been down on the 1 yard line. I thought it was a touchdown, but they're saying it's a fumble.
BC takes over. Here are their offensive starters.
Heidi Nordby, center. Jeanette Jackson, tight end. Christine Moore, tight end.
Elisa Garcia, wide receiver. Jessica Hopkins, free safety.
Stephanie Manu, running back.
Marianne Hansen, quarterback.
First and 10 for the BC Angels from the 15. The handoff to Stephanie Manu, taken down by Agam Shishindu. Here are the starters for the Siren defense.
Agam Chichindu, defensive end.
Lindsay Berger, defensive end.
Casey Simpson, middle linebacker.
Tamar Fennell, lockdown, corner. Carrie Britton, corner. Heather Furr, strong safety.
Ann Erler, free safety.
A gain of only 1 yard by Manu on first down, now 2nd and 9. And again, Manu gets the football this time, taken down for a loss of 1 yard. Stephanie Manu, full of intensity for this championship contest.
I'm a physical runner. I mean, I pick up steam as the game goes, and the more they hit me, the harder I hit back. So I'm really looking forward to taking that ball and just crushing some girls in front of me.
She loves to make the would-be tackler pay. Look at that, the leading rusher in LFL Canada, and also averaging some 7 yards a carry. Now 3rd and 10 for the Angels from their own 15-yard line. Hansen working from the shotgun. Looking to throw, left side, caught by Christine Moore. Taken out of bounds, but not before picking up 12 yards and a first down.
Vanderbilt, Marianne Hansen has come to play tonight. There was an outside blitz by the linebacker. Christine Moore checks out from the tight end position. Hansen hits her for 12 yards. Great read. Moore's stats right there, 13.5 average. She's a stud line girl, and I look for her to play big tonight.
Picking up yards after the catch on that last play, and good enough for a first down for the BC Angels as they approach midfield. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter of the Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada. Hansen working from the shotgun with Manu to her right. Handoff to Stephanie Manu. Oh, tracked down by Agam Shishindu. Those two should have a battle throughout this game, Bobby.
Agam Chichindu, like an octopus, all the way from the outside corner position. She tracks down Stephanie Manu. Unbelievable play, Vanderbilt.
Fantastic play by number 6, Ann White. Agam Shishindu, as you take a look at this fantastic safety for Saskatoon. Annie Erler, also their quarterback. It's a 2nd and 7 for BC, working from the 20-yard line. One pass so far for BC, but other than that, giving it to Manu as they do again on this play, and again, Shishindu just wrestling down the LFL Canada's leading rusher. Oh, and talking about it afterwards.
I love it. 2 superstars going head-to-head. You got Manu, the Offensive Player of the Year, and you have all-fantasy cornerback from L.A. She played this, and she's playing the same way she did in the championship games with Los Angeles, throwing Manu down on the field. Unbelievable.
Of course, plenty of stars from LFL US in this inaugural season for LFL Canada. Agam Shishindu, 14 unassisted tackles in this LFL Canada season. 3rd and 11 for BC. Hansen looking to throw, now tucking it and taken down. Sacked by Heather Furr, a loss of 6 yards. BC's drive, their initial drive, sputtering to a stop.
Rock star Heather Furr from the safety position coming in. She has a linebacker mentality. So watch this tackle. That's a free safety, Van Earl.
Now a 4th and 17, no punting in LFL football, so they got to go for it. 4th and 17. Got to come up with a good play from their playbook on this one, Bobby.
I don't even know if they have this play. Marianne Hansen, her passing has not been great this year. You can't give it to Manu right here to try to get 17 yards. I don't know what they're going to do.
Working from the shotgun. Again, Manu still in the backfield. Hansen scrambling to her right. Caught by Elisa Garcia right at the wall, but that's well short of what they needed for a first down. So the ball will turn over on downs as the final seconds of this first quarter tick off.
Marianne Hansen has to be a smarter quarterback than that. 4th and 17, she throws, what, a 4-yard out? It's not good enough. That's what the coach is telling her. Coach Snell's yelling at her, you got to try to get the first down.
And also pointing out to Garcia, the receiver, you got to go down there and find the first down marker. First quarter has ended. Bagels on the board. Shishindu and Manu, part of the intensity. Before the first snap of the second quarter, we check in with Kate Marshall, who tells us what this game means to her and what it would be like to win a championship.
So going into this game, having been awarded the Defensive Player of the Year, I carry a lot of this on my shoulders. I know on that defensive side, I need to lead my team in every single play. I can't hold back. I need to go 100%, shut down Furler, shut down their runs, and give it my all.
Kate Marshall, number 17 in blue, the Defensive Player of the Year, as she pointed out, and she has definitely earned that honor.
What a year she's having. She also won the Mortaza Award on top of that.
Saskatoon, 1st and 10. The reverse handoff to Tamara Fennell. Good gain of 8 yards out to the 20-yard line before taken down by Heidi Nordnick.
That's what they have to do, Van Earl. Get the ball to Tamara Fennell. She is a stud. She can run better than anybody in this league. However, you got to get her the ball. Even without blocking, she's going to get 8 yards like that. Get her the football.
She knows how to find those seams, those cracks in the defensive wall to make it an opening for her. She is very effective toting the pig. Now a 2nd and 2 for Saskatoon. Quarterback Annie Erler working from underneath center. Play action, straight drop back, caught by Tamar Fennell in the end zone, touchdown, Saskatoon.
Great play selection, I love this play action pass, holds everybody down, and Tamar Fennell's speed gets behind the secondary, and watch this throw right here. Annie Erler on the money, unbelievable play.
Beautiful throw. Tamar Fennell happy to let Stephanie Manu know that she got beat, and there's Annie Erler hanging in there and taking the punishment. Now they line up for the points after. That was a beautiful scoring play, the first scoring play of this championship contest.
That's why Annie Erler is the league's MVP this year. She took a shot and still delivered the pass on the money.
Going for the points after. Annie Erler keeping it herself, going for the end zone, but denied, taken down. So it'll be a 6-0 Saskatoon lead. Only 2 plays needed on that scoring drive.
She wanted to keep this on her own. I think it was Stevie Storr right here who comes up, bam, into the wall right there. It doesn't look like her knee is unhealthy right there. She had a bad knee coming into this game, but it looked 100% right there.
We mentioned that killer combo connection for Saskatoon. Annie Erler and Heather Furr, known as Furler.
Defensively, we're both extremely athletic and confident in our positions and where we are in the field. We're going to make the play on the pass or the run.
Heather serving as the spokesperson for that killer combo, Bob.
That killer combo is the best in the game, best in the LFL. Nobody can throw on these 2 safeties. In fact, I don't think I could, Van Earl. They're that good.
BC will start on their own 15, 1st and 10 as they try to answer the Sirens' first score of this game. Hansen working from the shotgun with Manu to her left. Handed it off to Manu. Picking up a block, taking it to the wall, taken out of bounds by, again, Shishindu.
Watch this play by Agam Chichindu on the corner. One of the best blockers in the game. Christine Moore's in her face. She throws her off, then grabs her new and throws her into the board. She's playing like a champion tonight, Van Earl.
Shishindu, plenty of experience in this championship game setting, having won 2 LFL championships while playing for the LA Temptation in the U.S. League. Now 2nd and 7 for BC from their own 18. Hansen working from the shotgun, going to the air, caught by Christine Moore. Here's Mitch Mortaza with more on BC's offensive strategy for tonight.
All right, guys, 5:50. You see Mary Hansen starting to open it up a little. Well, that's happening because down here you can see Saskatoon is crowding as many as 6 on the line. It's clear they're not going to allow Stephanie Manu to beat them tonight. They have got to get beat by Mary Ann Hansen, and so far she's responding. Back to you guys.
Absolutely, Mitch, and they have to be more balanced like we talked about in the opening. And Mary Ann Hansen, she just threw a laser right there. It was unbelievable pass with tight coverage. She's playing up to what we're talking about. She's got to play big tonight for them to win, and she's doing it so far.
On that 1st and 10 play, though, they go right back to Manu, who has no gain, taken down by Lindsey Berger.
Lindsey Berger, it's a straight arm right there, but she goes through the straight arm and then pulls her down. But then, like we just talked about with the game plan, they're giving it to Manu. Lindsey Berger with 6 tackles. She has had a great year so far.
2nd and 10, working from midfield are the BC Angels. We'll see if they keep it on the ground or go back to the air. Back to Manu. Carried it right side. Big, strong gain for Manu. 10 yards and a 1st down for the Angels.
That's why Manu is the best in the business. Watch this downfield blocking by Garcia and Jeanette Jackson. She follows the blocks, gives a stiff arm right there, gains 10 solid yards and takes a hit into the wall.
So after the examination of BC's offensive strategy and also after that successful pass play, they've gone to Manu now, 2 plays in a row, the last one resulting in a 1st down, working from the Saskatoon 15-yard line. Now 1st and 10. Let's see if they continue with Manu. Hansen working from the shotgun. Indeed, keeping it with Manu. Cutting back up the middle. Only about 2 yards on that run play before running into Simpson and Byrd. So now 3 straight times BC has gone to Stephanie Manu, but considering what she did during the regular season, Bobby, that's not exactly a surprise. She is the definition of a workhorse.
She's the best in the game, Banner. Watch this. Not only is she big and strong, look at the speed. She can run away from anybody in the secondary. Runs through the corner, runs through the safeties right here. This run right here, she went through all 7 players at one time. Here she takes the ball. Watch this block. Heather Furr comes up from the safety, runs right over Heather Furr, who's an all-star. This girl can do it all. She can run as good as anybody in the game. Right there, 337 yards this year. It's incredible what she's doing.
Averaging 7 yards a carry. She is a stud, and we talked to her before this game, Bobby, and she told us she just loves this LFL action. A great athlete bringing it to the football field.
And she started the year off with a broken nose, man. I remember that first game. She had over 100 yards with a broken nose, and here she is doing her stuff in the championship game.
Carrying it again on 2nd and 8. Picking up 6 more yards as BC showed a little taste of going to the air, but since then, all Stephanie Manu. Now 4 straight plays they've gone to Manu.
It's incredible. You know the old saying, a driver's not good without a pit crew? Well, she doesn't need a pit crew. No, she's getting no blocking, and she's getting 6 yards a run.
Now a 3rd and 2 for Mary Ann Hansen and the Angels. 7 yards from the end zone. Moving to underneath center. Hansen looking for the slant pass to Elisa Garcia. Very catchable. It looked like Elisa was surprised by that.
Actually, I think the pass was a little bit high. She was there. You got to blame that on the quarterback. Watch this. It's a slick slant. It's there. Absolutely, Vano, you're absolutely right. The ball's in her hands. That ball has to be caught in a championship game. Garcia, who is usually clutch, absolutely took her eye off the ball right there and let it go.
Now a 4th down and 2 to go from the 7-yard line for BC. Hansen working from the shotgun. Oh, trying the shovel pass, but Casey Simpson interrupted that play. BC turns it over on down.
I actually like that call. The shovel pass is like a trap. Watch Casey Simpson right there. She goes after the quarterback. Garcia's got to wait, let her clear, then go underneath, and she can break that for a touchdown. 2 bad plays in a row by Garcia.
BC comes up empty. They did not go to Manu on the last 2 plays, and they failed to answer the touchdown by Saskatoon. We're at the 2-minute warning. A very important defensive stand coming up for BC. Mitch Mortaza has more from BC's perspective.
2-minute warning here in the 2nd quarter, guys. It's clear. BC's got to get a defensive stop if they're going to stay in this game. They're going to stay with the formula of going to Manu. If they have to open up the ball, they'll throw to Hansen. They're going to see if that'll work. Back to you guys.
Annie Erler and the Sirens take over with a chance to go up by 2 scores on the BC defense.
It could have been 3, Van Earl. That first fumble is huge. I mean, this game could almost be a blowout right now.
They'll take over on their own 7-yard line. 1st and 10. Annie Erler working from the shotgun, looking to go to the air, tucks it underneath, and taken down on 1st down by Kate Marshall.
Kate Marshall is everywhere, Van Earl. She's turned into the defensive leader for BC. She is playing incredible. Now, the funny part about it is, we talked to her this week, and she actually likes playing cornerback better than middle linebacker, but you put her in the middle, and she's everywhere.
Now a 2nd and 10 for Annie Erler and Saskatoon, still working from the shotgun. Erler looking over the middle, big pass rush. Oh, and it missed. She missed Carrie Britton wide open over the middle. The pass rush affected her throw.
Kate Marshall has the eye of the tiger tonight, Van Earl. Look at this rush. Look at her eyes right there. Such intensity. She gets around the rush, and she forces Annie Erler to deliver the ball. If she could make that pass back or take it back, Annie Erler would have had a touchdown, but Kate Marshall was right in her face. She is having an incredible year. She was first moved outside at cornerback, and look at her pursuit right here. And Kevin Snell then realized on a blitz, bam, just like that, let's put her inside, put Jessica Hopkins back at safety, and she's become the defensive player of the year at middle linebacker. A great move by Coach Kevin Snell. She's become a force, and nobody can run on her. Nobody in the LFL can do it.
Breakout performance, and the numbers reflected for Kate Marshall. And again, she was elected or voted Defensive Player of the Year for LFL Canada, and she has really lived up to that very lofty title in this championship game. 3rd and 10 for the Sirens. The handoff to Tamar Furnell up the middle, a pickup of 5 yards before taken down by Heidi Nordby.
Great run right here by Tamar Furnell, a counter play right there. Great block up front by Candace Friesen, and she runs as good as anybody. They got so many weapons to use tonight. They haven't even really got the ball to rockstar Heather Furr that much.
Big play, 4th and 5 for Erler and the Sirens. Again, going to the air. The quick throw to Heather Furr on the right side. I believe she's got enough for a 1st down. Yes, a gain of 6 yards. That was a key play on 4th down for the Sirens.
We just spoke about her. When you put the ball in Heather Furr's hands and she makes things happen. Did she get the 1st down? No, a great shed right there. It's going to be close, Van Earl.
They do have a 1st down, and in the final minute of this 1st half, time management, a very key element for Erler and the Sirens. Still going to the air, across the field, incomplete.
Come back to the ball! Come back to the ball! Relay open, don't stand!
I don't blame Annie Erler right there. They're in a prevent coverage with 35 seconds left. The receivers, she had all kind of time to get rid of the ball. The receivers have to come back toward the quarterback when they're covered. They stayed deep, and they were covered. There was nothing there. I don't blame Annie Erler for getting upset, Van Earl.
Only good part of that for the Sirens, the clock stopped. Now a 2nd and 10, still working from their own territory, their 18-yard line. Erler avoiding the rush, tucking the football, looking for running room across midfield before being rocked out of bounds by Jessica Hopkins. Again, though, the clock stops since she was taken out of bounds on the play.
They got to get up on the ball, though. Only 25 seconds left. A great play there by Jessica Hopkins. But right now, Saskatoon has got to get their game together. They got a chance to score points with only 25 seconds left.
3rd and 2 from right around midfield. Annie Erler continuing to work from the shotgun. Last second play instructions for Tamar Furnell. Handoff. No, the play action. Again, looking to throw. Taken down by the big pass rush. Again, Kate Marshall with the honors.
Kate Marshall, watch this. A delayed blitz from middle linebacker. She runs right by Tamar Furnell. Furnell has her blocked. She's responsible for Marshall right there. She's a little delay, and Furnell runs right by her. Unbelievable play by Marshall and a terrible play by Tamar Furnell.
Now a 4th down and 8 to go for the Sirens. Annie Erler looking deep. Looking for Furnell. Oh! just came up empty. Fennell could not make the completion. The ball will go over on downs with a little less than 5 seconds to go.
Fennell actually gets behind Ashley Petrie and Jessica Hopkins. Should have caught the ball in double coverage. That could have been huge right before halftime.
So BC takes over. They'll have just a few seconds to play with. Got to expect a Hail Mary from Marianne Hansen. Just a few seconds before halftime. They will take over 20 yards away from the end zone.
Van Earl, if she catches that ball right there, it's at least 12-0. With that fumble early in the game, it could be 18-0 right now, Saskatoon. And now, here it is, 4 seconds left. BC's got a shot to score.
Number 11 for BC is Elisa Garcia. She is their deep threat. We'll see if Hansen targets her on this first down. Working from the shotgun, looking right, now looking left. Too far out of bounds, but still a couple of ticks remaining on the clock. One more opportunity for Marianne Hansen and the Angels before halftime.
Wow, Van Earl, that clock operator must be part of the Gambino family. There's .2 left. Are you kidding me? They should be run out already.
Could be a gift for the Angels. Hansen, last play of the first half. You hear the horn. Hansen going to the end zone. Caught by Elisa Garcia. Touchdown, BC on the final play of the first half to tie this game at 6 apiece. What a play.
Marianne Hansen is putting on a gem performance tonight. Unbelievable pass, prevent coverage. She gets the ball behind the secondary. I've never seen her throw the ball like this. She looks sensational so far in the first half.
Saskatoon is sick. They cannot believe what has just happened. Hansen, a beautiful throw. We're tied at 6. Now the Angels have a chance to take the lead if they can convert on the points after the touchdown.
She's been money all night tonight. This is a great performance by Hansen.
Hansen over the middle. Knocked away. The first half ends. Pass intended for Garcia. But what a ending for the BC Angels. Last play of the first half. Our halftime activities are next.
Continue to damage on Stephanie. She does nothing against her. Nothing.
One lucky weak as she doesn't have anything. I stiff-armed her with one bad arm. My elbow up. Take from her hand. Somebody bat it out. Bat it out. Punch it out. Punch it out.
Halftime of the first ever Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada, and we're tied at 6. Bobby Huco, Van Earl Wright, and Bobby, a key play in that first half, that controversial fumble by Tamar Fennell.
Absolutely. Saskatoon taking it in the first score of the game. Should have been. They call her down the 1. The ball goes in the end zone. They call it a fumble. Should have been down right there.
Key play. Now, what do you look for in the second half?
Saskatoon head coach Chris Lambert's doing what he wanted to do. Shut down Stephanie Manu. 25 yards, that's it. But on offense, he needs to get the ball to Tamar Fennell. She's averaging 8 yards a carry. Get her the ball, and he might win.
Right now, we want to show you the highlights of the first half. Here's that controversial play. First series of the game, Tamar Fennell stopped at the goal line, but they ruled it a fumble. But then Saskatoon came right back. Annie Erler to Tamar Fennell for the first score of the game, but Erler paid the price on the big hit. Stephanie Manu, the workhorse for the Angels. Annie Erler taking the big hit from Jessica Hopkins. And the final play of the first half, the Hail Mary resulting in the 6-6 tie.
The halftime stats, Van, are pretty even. The only big difference is that big turnover. Actually, Saskatoon has more yardage, but that controversial fumble in the end zone is why this game is tied up.
The intensity sure to increase in the second half. Kickoff after this. Crowd here in Vancouver loving this action. Let's check in with Mitch, who's with Annie Erler.
All right, Annie, here we go. Start of the second half. 6-6, 0-0, whatever you want to call it. This is a battle, and we expected. What do you guys got to do in the second half here to win this championship on the road?
We just got to have a little better coverage in the backfield. Our run's got to be crisp. We've got to block against a 40 front. And we talked about in the locker room, bring back a couple other things that we got up our sleeve and go from there and just be aggressive.
All right, so best of luck in the second half. All right, guys. Annie Erler being a little cryptic. We'll just see how it plays out. Back to you guys.
Both quarterbacks are playing solid in the first half, Van Earl. 3 out of 6 for Erler, 4 out of 7 for Marianne Hansen. They both have 1 touchdown pass, but both look good, Van Earl. I'm looking forward to the second half.
Those even numbers from the quarterbacks reflective of the contest because we're tied at 6 apiece. This, the Lingerie Bowl, the first ever for LFL Canada. BC will have the first offensive possession of the second half. Annie Erler, all everything for Saskatoon, will kick it off. Kicking it out of bounds. BC will start on their own 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Angels again. They have all the momentum after that touchdown play, the last play of the first half that tied it at 6.
2 controversial plays in the first half. Of course, that fumble by Tamar Fennell, quote fumble, when she was down. And then the clock operator, I don't know how the 0.2 of a second did not run off at the end of the first half, allowing BC to get a score right before halftime.
BC thankful, Saskatoon wondering the same thing. Marianne Hansen and the Angels will start 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. Stephanie Manu in the backfield with Hansen. Good snap, handoff to Manu, left side, plenty of running room for number 8 in blue. Picking up a good gain on 1st down, 7 yards.
Stephanie Manu right now, she's got 25 yards so far in this game, averages only 2.2, right into Coach Chris Lamberis' hands. This is what he wanted to do, stop her, and she has been stopped. But he didn't expect Marianne Hansen to be throwing the ball the way she's thrown it.
Look at this, Elisa Garcia now lining up at quarterback for the Angels, working from the shotgun. Elisa making it a Wildcat package, picking up good yards, good enough for a 1st down for BC.
Coach Snell, we knew he was going to put some new stuff in for this game, and right there the Wildcat. You got a girl that can run the ball like Garcia. She can actually throw it if need be, but she's got the sprinter speed, follow the blocks right there. Look for that a little bit more in the second half.
The numbers for Elisa Garcia, 2 catches in the first half, but of course that big touchdown catch on the last play of the first half. Now 1st and 10, and still Elisa Garcia at the quarterback position. Handed it off to Stephanie Manu, but a whistle stops play. Dead ball foul, usually a false start or delay of game. Here's our referee.
Dead ball, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
That'll back up the Angels and change it to a 1st down and 15 to go, working from their own 16-yard line.
I didn't see it, Van Earl. I was watching that play closer. I didn't see anybody jump. I think officials, I don't know about that call.
Saskatoon defense knows they need to come up with a stop because they know that BC owns the momentum right now. Hansen back at quarterback for the Angels. Looking to the left side, caught. Good strong run after the catch. Christine Moore, a gain of 8 yards for the Angels.
Another great read by Hansen right there. The linebacker came on a blitz, the same play we saw earlier in the first half. Moore goes out in the flat, wide open. Hansen's in a groove right now, man. I'll tell you what, for a championship game, as they say, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, Van Earl.
Now a 2nd and 7 for the Angels. Hansen at quarterback. Play instructions for Stephanie Manu. Manu lining up to Hansen's right.
Gotta watch the clock.
Still not snapping the ball. And a whistle, and that will be a delay of game. I don't know what the holdup was there for Hansen. Our referee for this Lingerie Bowl is David Overland.
Dead ball, delay of game, BC, 5-yard penalty, and then 2nd down.
Pretty much penalty-free in the first half, Bobby, but 2 really sloppy ones for the Angels here on the first drive of the second half.
You're right. Just when I pumped up Marianne Hansen, says she's a big-time player in big-time games. She makes a small-time play right now. That's one of the cardinal sins of quarterbacks. You got to watch the 35-second clock, especially in the Lingerie football championship game.
Killing the rhythm when she's sitting around back there. Now a 2nd and 12. Still going to the air. Over the middle. Caught! Caught by Jessica Hopkins. Gain of 19 yards. Great play. So 1 good, 1 bad, 1 good, 1 bad.
Jessica Hopkins, she was a superstar receiver for Seattle last year in the United States League. Coming across on a post pattern. Hansen delivers a strike right here, wide open. Watch that form right there. Bam! Right in the gut. Jessica Hopkins showing why she was a human highlight film last year.
The 19-yard gain for the Angels, resulting in a first down and 10 from the Siren 12-yard line. Garcia back at quarterback. Annie Erler, Heather Furr. They need to help the Sirens step up defensively. Garcia taking the shotgun snap. Finding room left side, 5-3, touchdown, BC Angels. Coming out here in the second half, picking up where they left off on the last play of the first half.
You got to hand it to Coach Snell, Vanderl. What a play he put in. This Wildcat set has Saskatoon all confused. The safety should be coming up, knowing that Garcia is going to run it. Watch the downfield blocking right there by Stevie Stewart, Christy Moore, and Megan Stewart. Great play, great call, great touchdown by BC.
Sloppy defense from Furler. Heather Furr and Ann Erler not showing the typical aggression. Now Marianne Hansen back at quarterback as the Angels line up for the conversion and the points after the score. Hansen taking the shotgun snap, quick slant pass off the mark, picked off by Annie Erler. The conversion is no good. The score remains 12-6 with a little more than 4 minutes to go.
I actually think it was going to be a pick pattern right there. A crossing route where the receiver is supposed to pick one of the defensive backs. She threw it to the wrong receiver right in the hands of who else? Annie Erler with her 8th interception of the year.
The BC Angels lead the Saskatoon Sirens 12-6 after their 5-play, 42-yard scoring drive. Now the Sirens and Annie Erler will try to answer. Starting from their own 15, Erler keeping it herself. Change of direction, finding it room back up the middle. A modest gain of 4 yards. She ran about 10.
Annie Erler doing it on her own, Vanderl. She had no blocking. He was shedding and dodging tacklers right there for 4 yards, but she shows what kind of athlete she is.
2nd and 6 now for the Sirens. They really need to answer, at the very least, with a long drive, at the most, with a touchdown. 2nd and 6 from their own 19-yard line. Annie Erler changing the play at the line of scrimmage, working from underneath center. Looking to go to the air. Big pass rush, taken down by Heidi Nordby and Stevie Snur. Not the kind of play the Sirens needed.
Not at all. In fact, Annie Erler's upset with receivers again. She checked off. They were coming with a full blitz. They had all 7 players at the line of scrimmage, and they came, but the receivers didn't run the right route. Watch the player. She's getting a full blitz right here. Play action doesn't mean anything. She's got to deliver the ball right now. Bam! She can't. And who else? The greatest ringhead player in the league, Heidi Nordby, there for the sack.
A loss of 4 yards results in a 3rd and 10 for the Sirens. Stevie Snur playing hurt, but playing well. Again, the Sirens looking to throw, and again, the pass rush, and a sack, the 2nd in a row for the BC Angels. Annie Erler is frustrated.
They're going to have to come up with some running game because they're coming out with all-out blitzes right now, not respecting the game at all. Stevie Snur, who came off that bad ACL injury, coming in for the sack right there, they're not respecting the running game at all. They're going to have to come up with some kind of scheme, Vanderl, to make it work.
Another loss, this one of 2 yards for the Sirens. You see the frustration on the face of Annie Erler. Annie Erler, the Saskatoon quarterback, is very frustrated, Bobby, because she's receiving no protection from her line.
Stevie Snur right now coming off the big knee surgery, having her game of her life tonight. Her along with Kate Marshall, of course, the Defensive Player of the Year. They're meeting at the quarterback. In fact, they're meeting all night at the quarterback. Annie Erler is frustrated, Vanderl. She doesn't know what to do right now.
2 sacks in a row for the BC defense, led by number 12, Stevie Snur. Now a 4th and 12 to go for Saskatoon from their own 13-yard line. Erler again looking to go to the air. This time she has protection. Going to the right side. Caught by Heather Furr, but it looks like she's coming up short of the first down. They needed 12 for the first down.
Again, the pressure gets to Erler. Heather Furr had the first down. She had the yardage, but because of the delay right there, she has to take an extra second. Furr has to come back and get the ball, and she's 1 yard short. They needed that one, Vanderl.
They really needed that first down right now. And here's Heather Furr as we check in with her. Things not going too well right now for Saskatoon, and they are feeling nothing but frustration. Ball turned over on downs. BC takes over right around midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 for them, and they lead the ball game 12-6 as we play the final 90 seconds here of the 3rd quarter. Hansen tries to drop it over the coverage, just a little too long for Stephanie Manu, so it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Angels.
That's the only time all night I've seen Hansen lose her composure. She had all kinds of times. She got happy feet. All she had to deliver a strike, a little flat pass to Manu, but she overthrew it.
Final minute of the 3rd quarter. Hansen and the Angels in charge. 2nd and 10 for BC. Shotgun snap is good. The handoff to Manu. Agam Shishindu, they needed her to step up, and she did on that play, resulting in a loss of 1 yard for Manu and the Angels.
Watch Shishindu on this. She's like a buzzsaw. Manu cannot get outside her. In fact, all night long, she's been cutting her down like a tree.
It'll be 3rd and 11 for the Angels as you take a look at Agam Shishindu's numbers. That from this game tonight, already 6 tackles for number 6 in white.
She's a 2-time LFL All-Star, Van Earl, and she's showing her stuff tonight.
Working from midfield, 3rd and 11 for the Angels. They keep it on the ground, handing it off to Manu. Good gain of 4 yards for Stephanie Manu, and that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. BC leads Anna Yerler and the Sirens 12-6 as the frustration mounts. The 4th quarter of this Lingerie Bowl, the first ever for LFL Canada, begins with another 4th down for the BC Angels. And again, another big opportunity for the Sirens to come up with a stop. Hansen taking the shotgun snap, looking left. Pass is incomplete, intended for Christine Moore.
I think there's a penalty, Van Earl. Looked like Heather Furr came in too quick. You see the play action right here in the flat, going this Moore. She did. There's the grab right there. Good call by the officials.
Referee Davin Oberlin likely to call pass interference.
Forward pass interference. Defense, number 19. 10-yard penalty. 1st down, BC.
So the bad news continues for Shishindu and the Sirens, and the good breaks continue for the BC Angels. And you got to wonder, Bobby, they got to be already thinking about milking the clock here at the very beginning of the 4th period.
Milking the clock and also getting 1 insurance touchdown. They're up by 6, but they need another touchdown to possibly put this out of reach.
Penalty resulting in a 1st and 10. They're 11 yards away from another score. Hansen from the shotgun, looking left. Pass a little high for Christine Moore.
It was way high. That's when right now Marianne Hansen's got to calm down. I know it's her first championship game. That's what Coach Snell's telling her. Just calm down, deliver the ball. She was open. She just let all the mechanics got to come back, just like in practice. She can't have that. Right now she has to step her game up and possibly win her first championship.
And BC needs to think about going back to their bread and butter, and that would be number 8 in the backfield, Stephanie Manu. 2nd and 10. Hansen looks like she's changing the play. Shotgun snap and a handoff to Manu. Left side, lots of room for Stephanie Manu. Taking it down inside the 5-yard line after picking up 8 yards on the run. Another big hit, just part of a very physical Lingerie Bowl.
Balls away. Good job, walk up.
And it's been BC, Bobby, who's been doing a lot of the hitting.
Van Earl, this is the most physical game I've seen all year in LFL Canada.
3rd and 2 for the Angels. 3 yards away from the end zone. Shotgun snap. Hansen, quick throw, caught by Christine Moore, and another Angels touchdown as they go up 18-6.
Wow, Hansen might become a championship quarterback tonight, Van Earl. What another throw. She's peppering the secondary. Who would have called this? Look at that. She has people right in her face, delivers a strike to Moore in the end zone for 6.
Almost a hot potato kind of throw, a wobbly throw. She caught the snap and immediately got rid of it, resulting in a BC touchdown as they line up for the conversion after the score.
They thought Stephanie Manu, you stop Manu, you win the championship. That was the game plan. They had no idea that Marianne Hansen was going to have the game of her life and possibly become an LFL championship quarterback.
Heather Furr and the Sirens look very stunned at the turn of events in this Lingerie Bowl. Another dead ball flag Dead ball penalty. Looks like delay of game on BC. Again,
here we go.
Stop and start, stop and start. They get good, they get sloppy. Very frustrating. Davin Overland with the call.
Delay of game. BC, 5-yard penalty. We'll continue the try.
We'll have another attempt at the try, but this time 5 yards further away to complete the conversion.
Van Earl, unbelievable. Hansen has a great play, one play. The next play, she completely loses composure and has something like this happen.
Alisa Garcia now at quarterback, running the Wildcat package, but stopped by Shishindu and denied on the points after, so the score will remain 18-6. Saskatoon is not out of this contest, but boy, do they have to pick it up.
Watch Shishindu right here. She comes in on an outside blitz, and she tracks down the fastest girl on the BC team, Garcia. That shows you what kind of speed that Shishindu has.
Plenty of time left in this fourth period. 6 minutes remaining. Saskatoon takes over offensively. 1st and 10 for Annie Erler and the Sirens from their own 15-yard line. Erler from underneath center. Inside handoff to Shishindu, but BC is there and waiting on that play. They were prepared for that one. Christine Moore with the tackle.
They've seen that play so many times watching game film. Watch Moore. She's sitting there right now like a bear waiting for a salmon to come up stream. Just waiting right in her hand and throws her down.
Loss of 1 yard for the Sirens. It'll be 2nd and 11. BC is all over this contest. They are overflowing with confidence. The Sirens are looking for some confidence to maintain some hope in this Lingerie Bowl.
There's still time, Vander. They got to get the ball to their game breakers. Heather Furr's got to see the football.
2nd and 11. Little misdirection, and there you go. Heather Furr trying to throw it. Now scrambling, still scrambling, and finally taken down by Kate Marshall.
Kate Marshall is having the game of her life. She smells blood out there, Van Noel. Look at this. She's talking trash. She's feeling like a champion. She just won a Defensive Player of the Year award. This is her night. Fake handoff right now. Get the ball back to Heather Furr. She wants to go deep. There's nobody there. And, of course, who comes up the gut? You got Kate Marshall, Garcia, all of them all over Furr. She can't get the ball thrown. Great play by the BC defense.
Heather Furr is so frustrated right now. So frustrated because the BC defense has been ready and waiting all night long for the Siren offense. It's like they're in their huddle half the game.
And coming into this game, we didn't know if that front line on BC would be able to hold down Tamar Fennell in this offense. We've got Stevie Snorer, we've got Moore, and we've got our Kate Marshall coming up the middle. They can't get anything going tonight. And this one, who would have called this? Look at that. Right there, it looks like out of the movie War Games with all those circles blowing up like nuclear stuff.
The BC defense is all over the Saskatoon offense. 3rd and 12. Handoff, misdirection, reverse to Tamar Fennell. Finally a positive play offensively for the Sirens. A gain of 5 yards, but again, Kate Marshall on the stop.
Kate Marshall everywhere, but a reverse right there. A great play by Fennell getting that fumbled ball right there. She got 5 yards out of it. But to get back in this game, Tamar Fennell has to get the football. So does Heather Furr.
It's 4th and 7 for the Sirens from the 18-yard line. Erler going to the air. Hit down the left side. Caught! Touchdown! And just like that, Heather Furr and the Sirens are back in this contest. Just when it looked like they could get nothing going, they're back in it.
Where did this come from, Van Earl? They go to the moneymaker, Heather Furr, all kinds of time. A gorgeous pass by Annie Erler, gets by the secondary, and rock star Heather Furr gets them back in the ball game. A lot of time left, 3:55 left.
A 6-point ball game as the Sirens line up for the conversion after the score. Wow.
Where has that been? I can't believe it. Get the ball to rockstar Heather Furr and things happen. You score points.
Or as you pointed out earlier, continue to get into Furr and Fennell and your playmakers. Finally they did, and it resulted in a touchdown on the conversion. Erler off the mark. It'll fail. The score will remain 18-12 after the 4-play, 35-yard scoring drive by the Sirens. Let's check in with Mitch down on the field.
3:35 left. I am embedded in the BC Angels bench, and I got to tell you, the energy levels definitely picked up. Although we saw Furler's not just done yet, they're going to go back here and try to keep the dagger, put the foot on the throat, whatever term you want to use. This is one of those drives that could be historic for this franchise. Saskatoon has opted for an onside kick here. They want to see if they can match the score up. Annie Erler will do the privileges. And obviously BC has their hands team. Manu, Garcia, Moore, Heidi Nordby. Here we go.
Annie Erler trying the onside kick. Traveling plenty of distance, but no Sirens there. BC recovers. Christine Moore with the honors. They will take over. Is it too early to try an onside kick?
The rules of the game, Banner, under 4 minutes, you're allowed to try an onside kick. But you're right, if you don't get it, there's so much time left in the game right now, and they have great field position. Hopefully that won't hurt them, but the way Marianne Hansen's been playing, who knows?
Time for the Saskatoon defense to step up as Stephanie Manu runs into a wall of Siren defenders, picking up only 1 yard on the play. Berger and Fennell credited with the tackle.
3 minutes left. They're going to get the ball to Manu and try to pound the ball, take time off the clock, and let Stephanie Manu do what she did to become the Offensive Player of the Year in the LFL. Pound the football, take time off the clock.
That's got to be BC's recipe for the rest of this game, but you got to believe if they're going to give it to Stephanie Manu, Agam Shushindu is going to be involved because those two have been going at it all night long. Two Warriors right there. Shushindu tries to get her Siren teammates fired up and focused. 2nd and 9 for the Angels. And, as predicted, giving it to Manu and all kinds of running room as she gets shoved out of bounds, but not before she's able to pick up another first down for BC.
I love this play that Coach Snell put in. They put Garcia in motion. She becomes the lead blocker right here. Watch this block by Garcia. She comes in motion. She gets in front of the ball. Manu, all she got to do is follow the blocks all the way down the sideline for a gain of 10 yards.
1st and 10 for the Angels. As we approach the 2-minute warning of this first ever Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada. We have hit the 2-minute mark. Annie Erler and Heather Burr hoping to continue their comeback. Here we go, Bobby. The ingredients for a championship celebration ready and waiting for either the Sirens or the Angels. It's a 6-point ball game with 2 minutes to go.
Great game tonight. They're both playing great football. Only 6 points. Of course, we talked about the problem Saskatoon had with the early fumble the referees gave them, but they're in this ball game. They need to strip right now a fumble. They have to get the ball somehow.
It's a 1st and 10 for the BC Angels. Hansen still working from the shotgun. And still handing it off to Stephanie Manu, who's still finding plenty of running room. That time picking up 3 yards. After that 3-yard gain, Stephanie Manu is feeling it.
I've never been so happy for 3 yards!
I love the way she plays, Van Earl. 3-yard run right there, but did you see the way she protected the football? Both hands on the ball. She knows the only way they lose this game is for a fumble. And trust me, Heather Burr and company is going to be coming after an Annie Erler trying to strip the football from her every play from now on in.
Now 2nd and 7 for the Angels. Hansen and Manu still in the BC backfield. 12 yards away from the end zone. Again, the handoff to Manu. Not much that time. Annie Erler came flying up from her safety position.
She's going to be doing that every play, but watch this. Again, Alicia Garcia, the lead blocker, goes out there and nails Carrie Britton to open a hole. Of course, coming up from the safety position, making a strong play like that. But here we go, 1:43 left in the game. They're trying to get the insurance touchdown, but can the ball get stripped?
A gain of only 1 yard on that last play, so it's 3rd and 6 for the Angels. And again, they're handing it off to Manu, going for the first down marker.
Downfield blocking again by Garcia on Brittany. Same exact play, another 5 yards. Watch the block by Garcia on the cornerback. This is what running backs love. They relish this because they get 5 yards before they even get touched by anybody.
Manu crashing into the wall. That's out of bounds, stopping the clock. Mitch Cortazza, tell us what's going on.
Guys, 1:36 to go. Coach Kevin Snell is challenging the spot of the ball. He thinks that was a first down, so that's what they're going to look at here. BC
is challenging the ruling on the field of insufficient yardage gain. We'll review the play.
Play is under review. Of course, this is a huge, or would be a huge first down for Kevin Snell and the BC Angels, moving them closer to the end zone.
Smart decision by Coach Snell. Right there, she doesn't happen. She's out of bounds right there. It's not going to happen. But I like Coach Snell trying to get that extra yard because it's so the game's over. But you know, if the official gets this right, it's still going to be short.
Looks like for that replay, it's going to be 4th and 1 yard to go for the Angels. Let's see what Davin Overland and his crew has come up with.
After review, the BC player touched the wall prior to the point being gained. The ruling on the field stands. It will be 4th down.
4th down, 1 yard to go for Coach Kevin Snell and the BC Angels. Let me guess, they're going to give it to Manu.
Of course, either that or for 1 yard out. You know what Hansen likes doing all year, the quarterback sneak. Either one's a good call, but somehow, some way, can Saskatoon come up with a stop here? They're only down 6 points, and there's a lot of time left.
They have shown no signs of stopping the BC offense, led by Stephanie Manu on this very key, critical drive. Fourth and 1 for the Angels. Hansen keeping it herself and taking it in the end zone. There's the insurance touchdown that Bobby talked about. Looking for the first down. She was not stopped. She kept on going. And now the Angels are moments away from their championship.
Unbelievable. She had the 1 yard, but Stephanie Manu came from behind her and pushed her in for the final 5 yards. It's almost like the USC championship game against Texas when Leinert, 4th and 1, got pushed in by his running back. Stephanie Manu actually put her in the end zone.
Now the Angels will line up for the conversion and the points after the score, and reality is beginning to sink in for the Sirens.
Unbelievable. Quarterback sneak going for 6 yards. Not only the 1 in the first down, but 6, Van Earl.
It's a 24-12 football game. BC looking to add to that lead. Little more than a minute to go. Here's the conversion try. A team effort right there, Bobby Yuko, as Hansen makes it into the end zone for the 1-point conversion, making it a 25-12 game.
The same exact play, quarterback sneak, Marianne Hansen's favorite play to get 1 yard, and Stephanie Manu again comes up from behind and pushes her in the end zone. Again, a Leinert-like play, but it works. Both the extra point and the touchdown. Stephanie Manu gets just as much credit as Marianne Hansen.
A 13-point lead for the BC Angels.
I was on my knees.
Wow, Bobby. The impact of the moment, the championship, right there in the grasp of Manu and the Angels.
If anybody deserves it, it's Stephanie Manu with her season she had.
Halfback pass attempted by Heather Bird. The Casey Simpson falls incomplete for the Saskatoon Sirens. But BC, they're realizing what has just happened.
This is big. It's huge right now. In fact, the game's not over. I mean, again, there's still a minute left. There's a shot here. If they can score quick like they did before, if they throw a bomb the fur right now, they can get back in it, but it's not looking good.
2nd and 10 for Andy Ora, the Sirens, and they're going deep right now. Almost picked off. Pass well off the mark. Approaching the 1-minute mark in this championship game.
That ball slipped off of Annie Erler's hand. That's the worst pass she threw all night. Looked like a Canadian goose up there. Should have been picked off. She was trying to go deep again at Tamar Fennell, but it just short-armed it.
3rd and 10 now for the Sirens. Shotgun snap for Annie Erler. As expected, looking for the big play. Picked off, a big play by BC. Jessica Hopkins with the pick and bringing it back across midfield. Returning it 17 yards. That will definitely do it. That will seal the first ever Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada.
What a play by one of the most talented players in the Lingerie Football League. Jessica Hopkins playing center field. Another bad pass by Erler. She takes it, almost takes it coast to coast. She doesn't have to, just to get down on the ground to run the clock out. But of all people to come up with a play like that, Jessica Hopkins deserves it.
And one observation about BC moving on to clinch this first ever Lingerie Bowl for LFL Canada, they did it mainly with Canadian players. Saskatoon, their key players, mainly imports from the LFL US League. BC sticking with the home breed.
Absolutely. In fact, in the beginning of the season, Coach Snell heard a lot of flack from the league office because they brought some players up from the United States and they said, hey, if you're not going to play them, these girls better be good. And it shows. They're winning the championship tonight. These Canadian girls, they had one hell of a season.
Stephanie Manu, the leader right there. Marianne Hansen, also a native of Canada. She has come up huge in this championship game after inconsistent play all season long. And now the clock continues to tick. The championship hats being distributed by the head coach, Kevin Snell. The BC Angels are about to win this historic Lingerie Bowl, the first one for LFL Canada. And appropriately enough, Manu is the woman carrying the football as time expires. The champion has been decided for LFL Canada. It is the BC Angels.
What a season for BC, and more importantly, Vander, I got to say this because we gave her a hard time all year too. Marianne Hansen, she's had ups and downs, but she played like a champion tonight.
Your BC Angels 25.
There you see the other end of the spectrum. Jennifer and Annie Erler, the very disappointed Saskatoon Sirens.
If anybody deserves champagne, it's Marianne Hansen. What a night. On the other side, Coach Lambers had a heck of a year, but this loss is going to kill him.
Let's go down to Mitch with the champions.
Back on the field here, guys. The place is going nuts.
To win the championship, they go through an inconsistent year and come out on top.
Absolutely. You can see right there, Van Hel, the final stats. The biggest thing is the two humongous turnovers by Saskatoon.
Fantastic night of redemption for the BC Angels. They are the champions of the first ever LFL Canada season.
What a season. You can't have one better than this. You got to hand it to Mitch Mortaz and the entire LFL. LFL Canada was such a success. I enjoyed being part of it.
So for Bobby Hugo and Mitch Mortaza, I'm Van Earl Wright. Thanking you so much for watching. Stay tuned, more LFL football on the horizon.